more breaking news tonight in Toledo, where protests have broken out right after Donald Trump's campaign rally. 7 Action News reporter Jonathan Carlson is live with more. Jonathan, what's going on?
Well, that rally just letting out about 15 minutes or so ago, and we have protesters on one side of the street here who have been shouting at the Donald Trump supporters that were coming out of the arena after that speech wrapped up. They've been shouting at each other from one side of the street to the other. A lot of Black Lives Matter protesters over there and some other anti-Trump protesters as well. And then you have the Donald Trump folks who have been coming out of the arena here trying to get back to their cars. Obviously a pretty tense scene. A lot of police out here, though, that are obviously trying to take care of the scene, and people trying to come in front of our camera here. Pretty tense moments, a lot of cursing going on from a lot of people on each side. Obviously, they are both coming from different perspectives and have different views on things, so it's a tense situation. You have police essentially standing in the middle of the street here trying to keep the peace. So far, nothing has gotten violent, just a lot of angry shouting and words back and forth from each side. But as we look down the road here, you can see some of those Trump supporters that are still filing out of the arena here after hearing Donald Trump speak for about an hour or so inside the arena. He came on stage shortly before 9 p.m., gave his standard stump speech, and spoke to a couple thousand people inside there about a week after clinching the Republican nomination, in Cleveland, just a short ways from here. We have some sound from that speech. Let's play that now. Listen in.
The jobs are being sucked out of Pennsylvania. They're being sucked out of Ohio. They're being sucked out of Michigan, New England, every place because of NAFTA and other things. Our taxes are too high. My tax plan lowers taxes more than any other plan of any candidate that's run for the office of president, Republican or Democrat.
All right, back here live, you can see motorcycle cops that are coming down here to sort of separate the folks from one side to the other. They may also be part of the motorcade that might be coming out here shortly, Donald Trump's motorcade, or they may be providing security. But again, we have maybe 100 or so protesters on one side of the street here that greeted the Donald Trump supporters, shouting at them, and then the Donald Trump supporters that are coming out of the arena on this side here that have been sort of responding back to them, and other people just peacefully going to their cars and not engaging in this dispute. But again, a lot of law enforcement out here, some SWAT team members as well, making sure that everything remains peaceful, that nothing turns violent here, and that things sort of calm down. Donald Trump is still inside the arena. He's expected to be leaving shortly. We will continue to monitor this and, of course, have a full wrap for you coming up on Action News at 11 o'clock. Let's send it back to you on the news desk.
All right, thanks, Jonathan.